Huh. You know, this is not what I expected for Hell. Well, I expected a couple of things for Hell, but not quite this. Oh, I said someone else got damned with me. Come, let's talk about a movie. Well, for thematic appropriateness, I figured, let's go to hell for a movie that was a hell of a good time. That being Chainsaw Man, the movie, the Reze Arc. Reze? I think it's Reze, I forget. R-E-Z-E? Renze, rinse and repeat. That arc. So, movie, Chainsaw Man, that's a title. Also an anime, and a manga. And for once, I'm actually... This is something I've actually read ahead of time. I've done research in that I've been reading the Chainsaw Man manga. I am through the first half, so I've seen this material ahead of the movie. And as I read that material, I thought, this is structured like a movie. This is about half action scene. This would be a really good movie. And hey, what do you know? It is exactly that. Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc, is also a prime example of a recent trend of action-heavy shonen anime bypassing doing a season for an arc and just jumping straight to a movie. We've seen this mostly with the Demon Slayer franchise, having spat out multiple movies in a row instead of doing new seasons, and Chainsaw Man, which got 2 seasons under the belt and then took a long break, has now returned in movie form for this particular arc, which works perfectly well. There's always a give and take when you're adapting stuff into the movie format, especially if you're doing like an arc-based thing like this. Like, this is not the first time anime have pulled this sort of thing, but this is a more recent occurrence. Has to do with the economics of things, money, yada yada yada. It's become more commercially viable and more economic financially to do these movies instead of a spread out season. There's always the issue of compressing a storyline that took several chapters into a 2-hour-ish format. But, lucky for this movie, it's already paced and structured like a movie. Honestly, as Chainsaw Man continues past this point, it becomes extremely cinematic in the way it's paced and designed, to where making future movies, I think, is actually going to be the best possible outcome for this entire franchise as far as adaptation to anime goes. This is the way to do it. Make them nice and bite-sized. You're not really losing a ton, and from this movie forward and the rest of the book, oh boy, there's some stuff. There's some stuff as to show you some future stuff coming, assuming they make another movie for the next arc, which is going to be goddamn wild if they do. I really want it. I should talk about the movie I saw, not the movie in my head that might come in a few years. No Nut November joke. That movie will come eventually, but not this month. So what is this about? What is Chainsaw Man about? Short primer, I guess, is in mind, to where this is following Denji, who is probably one of the most unlucky teenagers in history, going from his horrible early life into winding up with a demon devil thing in him, which gives him superpowers, or he turns into the titular Chainsaw Man, and immediately lands a job in civil service, killing devils. And that's your setup. It's him and various workers and employees of that corporation that handles demon slaying, and stuff goes wild from there, with some really fun characters, a very breakneck and hard to predict plot-ish, and the author is totally fearless when it comes to fucking killing people off in horrifying ways. There's some near team wipes multiple times in just the chunk I read. So, while that might be a mileage may vary thing, this author knows what he's doing, to where he gets you to like certain characters, to where you invest them because they're well written and entertaining and fun and interesting. And there are stakes, because this show and manga, stakes are real. stuff can happen. Characters will die. Stakes are a real thing, which is really a rare thing when it comes to a lot of properties. You don't have to kill characters off to make drama, but you want real stakes, and especially when something in media that is usually hesitant to offer potential money hose in terms of a character. Oh, it's hard to sell merchandise of X if they're dead. Chainsaw Man don't give a fuck. It don't give any fucks about that at all. I'm getting off track again. This happens when the movie is really good. I don't have much criticism towards it. The plot is basically Denji's first love. That's not his boss, and that's a whole other kettle of fish. He meets a girl who matches his freak. They start dating, and he is torn between the new girl and his boss, who he's horny for, and other stuff with that. And the first half is honestly pretty cute. It's well done. The score for this whole thing is actually great. Good music all around. Great animation. Neat framing. All the good stuff you want in a movie. And even though the first half is fairly slow because it's building character and building this relationship and whatnot, your plot's happening, it does a great job with it. And visually, there's always something happening to keep you going. So if you're getting a little tired, if you're getting tired waiting for the action stuff to happen, that's okay. The visuals keep you in here, keep you going, because this movie's fucking pretty, well animated. Studio Mappa doing their thing, and then the second half happens, and it's basically from the right in the middle of the movie to the credits, pure action scenes all the way through, and they're spectacular. Probably some of the best animation I've seen in many a year, especially on the big screen. This fucker's pretty. There are some insane visuals happening, and as predicted, the action-heavy manga sections I read that has been adapted work spectacularly in a visual format because there's a lot of kabooms, and kabooms look good in motion. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. Can I recommend this to someone who has not taken in the existing media this is adapting? That's a big hesitant. You could drop in here with no setup, but you'd be a bit lost, I think. You could follow the basic plot, but you'd be missing a ton of context and be kind of confused while certain things happen, especially towards the ending, I'd say. If you have read the manga or have been watching the first 2 seasons of the show, you're good to go. Drop right in. You're going to have a great time and be ready for more. In my case, I did not actually watch the first 2 seasons of the anime, but I've, again, been reading the manga, so I'm perfectly ready to pop in here. I watched this with the dub, because while I don't mind subtitles, if this show is incredibly action-heavy, I get very distracted having to read the words in front of me alongside watching all the pretty animation. I get annoyed. Thus, I go for dubs, especially for this sort of thing. And the dub is great. The voice acting spectacular. The guy playing Aki made me go, "Aw," at a certain part. Everyone's doing a great job. But yeah, this is probably one of the better. This is easily the best animated thing I saw all year. One of the best movies I saw all year too. It's been kind of a sparse year for various reasons, but this is a major highlight. I recommend catching this thing in the theater before it goes. Hell, if you want, I did not catch it in 3D, but apparently it's in 3D. Honestly, this might be really good in 3D. I could see myself going back for another taste in 3D. I never do that usually these days. See it in the theater once, that's it. See it on video, might watch it once or twice after that, and like once every 5 years. Me actually thinking about going back for another bite in 3D, unfucking heard of. So, recommended. As for now, I'm stuck in hell, and I've read this part of the manga. I need to fucking leave. So, bye-bye. Hey, butterflies, can you, help me hitch a ride? Wait, is this like Bleach, where the butterflies have other context and such? Soul Reavers in Chainsaw Man Hell. That'd be a good fucking fight. Hey, Death Battle. I can sell you some stuff right here. These ideas are not free, but they are reasonably priced. Right. Be a reasonably priced. Like and subscribe. Join my Patreon. So on and so forth. Pay me a little money once a month. Get early access to seeing all the pornography I make. Help influence the pornography by encouraging me to such with your money. Stuff like that. Anywho, bye-bye. So on and so forth, etc., etc. Hoot. Go away. Go away. This place sucks. This is a very bad version of hell. You should not be here. Bye.